Hey, this is Crystal Lax, and I'm here to tell those that try to still hurt you. Because when you was a child, you know how if you was a real sensitive child, people would say spiteful things about you and to you to make you cry. Anybody remember those moments? Like even members of your family, like they got off of making you cry or torment you and stuff. Like you was evil. Now that I look back over the years, you was some evil children and some evil adults, really, truth be told. But at the end of the day, they try to cover up that story, I guess, because guilt don't really want them to see how they mistreated me as a child, and try to look over at the big fat elephant in the dang living room. But something about my story is that it is mine. And I'm a grown ass woman. And that child that couldn't tell her story, she can tell it now, all of it in details. So therefore, you can never hide me. You can never hide my story. Anybody that do me dirty, it's going to be blasted by me. Either if it ain't tomorrow, it's going to be somewhere down the line in a book, or it may just be before a whole audience of how far I don't came. So you can't hide a crystal. You can't hide me up under a rock, because I'm going to shine. Even through darkness, I'm going to shine. I'm going to shine so bright that every time you try to hide me, I can't be hidden. Every time you try to shut me up, I can't be shut up, because there's a story. There's a testimony behind my story, and you will never be able to try to smother it. You will never be able to try to dismiss it, because I won't let you, because I know how far I don't came. And some people, it's like, oh, you're dwelling. That ain't dwelling. When someone have labeled you a certain way and you overcame that, and that's a testimony. So that's not no dwelling. That's the power of God, that they told you that you would never be able to do something, and you did it anyway. Matter of fact, my whole life I was incapable of doing anything, even having children, or you're gonna die. I mean, like everything that you could possibly try to incite fear in a person, or they're going to die and they're incapable, and try to make a person look just crippling and just too handicapped. Please, honey. Please. Even though I didn't really have solid mothers in my life, but I still got through it. At the end of the day, I still learned a little piece from each person, even if they was abusive. And I decided that it's like a person that goes and go look and search for gold. I'm only going to keep the gold, and all the other rubbish, I'm going to get rid of it. And that's how I see it. So there's nothing that you can say that haven't already been said about me and to me over my 55 years on this earth. But you see what I have done over the 55 years. I kept going, and I kept striving higher and more better. Now I do want to take the bar test, because it's like I I feel like I want to challenge myself in that area. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you got these Harvard and these Berkeley law students and stuff, but they still act like clowns. I take my education serious, or I take whatever I focus on very, very serious. I put that over a penis anytime. So therefore, there's a message that God gave me, because sometimes when you try to make it right, or you try to re-enter yourself or re-graft yourself and back into the family, and so they bring up that old stuff, or they try to say spiteful things to try to sting you, like they used to be able to try to sting you like scorpions. So they bring up that old shit to see if you'll cry and sensitive. Well, they don't understand that after I got my divorce in 94, I moved to Los Angeles, and that kind of take that shit out of you, just to let you know. So therefore, I can handle anything that you bring towards me. I don't live in areas where men you can't even go in there. It doesn't matter, military, even the police don't want to go in certain areas. So Watson's and Compton and places that I have lived in that you can't even go as a man. So therefore, any of you men, or I wouldn't even call you a man when you call yourself zoning in on a woman, you can't even go where I have been without you getting your tail killed or beat the hell down. And that's real talk. So therefore, you don't have nothing to say about me. And if you out there and you didn't raise your child, and I spent my money and my time and energy in raising your child that you wanted to abort, you definitely ain't got no room to talk about me whatsoever. And you don't want to step up and be a daddy to your own child. You ain't got nothing to say about me, and I stepped in the gap. And I've been not only a grandmother, but a grandmama daddy. You or your family or your close associates ain't got nothing to say about me till you step up and be a man. Don't sit up here and let a woman be a man for you. You ain't got nothing to say about me. You or your male cousins and friends act like some chumps to me. Try to double team a woman that sit up here and raise your child and then disrespect me. You ain't got nothing to say. A man that denies his own seed is worthless. Period. No respect. And anybody that's giving you respect, they just like you. You ain't got nothing to say to me. Period. I don't welcome you. I don't receive you. None one of you. Got an innocent child in the middle of something that you caused and don't want to take responsibility, and the baby is suffering and the mama is suffering, but this person ain't going through the rough time. You don't tell a woman to abort a kid. You don't tell a woman what to do with her body. You should have thought about that before you decide to have sex without a condom. Period. Sex Education 101. They teach you that in 6th grade. And as far as everybody else to try to say little hurtful words, let me tell you something. This is a message from God. Old ashes can't burn. Have you ever smoked a cigarette and you put it in the ashtray and you take that lighter and try to burn the ashes? Ashes don't burn. So that means everything that I done went through in my life, through those fiery trials and tribulation, left behind ashes. So when you try to kindle that old stuff that you used to pull on me, old ashes cannot burn. So that means that the things that you try to use to try to hurt me, it's like water coming off my shoulders. And that's why you see me with my head up, chest out, and I keep going. Because that's what the brothers in LA taught me. And if you don't like that, that's your problem. Head up, chest out, and keep taking care of your babies. That's how we want to see you. And that's how I've been all this time. Some of the men act like you mad because I won't bow down and be no submissive woman for you to sit up there and mistreat. No, I'm not going to let you do that because I don't been through too much, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. You're not the only person that been through something. You're not the only person that's been in and out of foster care. I probably just carry mine a little different from yours because I stay on a positive trip. And I try not to use that past as a crippling device. Or if that's the case, I could sit up there and make excuses for everything. The reason why I didn't go back to school, the reason why I didn't keep going on in life is because I was abused and my mama didn't love me and my mama abandoned me and I didn't have my dad and my dad was killed by the police and all of this. No, I kept going. And I still keep going. That's my mission in life. That's my purpose in life. If I don't have no other purpose, maybe I was never meant to be the singer and the great writer, but maybe I was meant to just keep going. Maybe I was meant to just my life to encourage other people. Keep going, no matter what. No matter what I got a whole bunch of people talking mess about me. And even in the midst of this fire, I keep walking. They're the one that stopped. They're the one on the sideline. Why I keep going. Even with arthritis and a walker, I still keep striving. I still keep doing what I've been doing for years. Focus on my business, my family, and what I need to do. Period. When you're focused, can nobody pull you in a mess? Because some people that's on the sideline, they ain't going no further than that sideline. And they want you to be on the sideline with them. You have a choice to stay on the sideline bandwagon and tailgate them, or you can get up in the game, or if you got out the game, you can get back in the game and start playing some real ass life ball. Every now and then a coach will pull a player and sit them down on the bench. Sometimes God may do that for you for a minute, but then he'll put you back in the game.